This act of disrespect took place in the gym before the fight. Rodriguez's
as well, and Pozo's rattled, and he's hurt.
I'm the best bantamweight on this planet.
The drama surrounding Naoya in no way has never been about loud entrances, trash talk theatrics, or manufactured bravado. It has always been quieter than that, colder, almost unsettling in its calm. A baby-faced fighter from Japan, soft-spoken outside the ring, respectful to a fault, bowing to opponents and honoring traditions that many modern fighters barely acknowledge. And yet, time and time again, certain men looked at that calm, looked at that humility, and mistook it for weakness. They confused silence for fear. They confused respect for submission. And in doing so, they signed up for something far worse than a loss on their record. They signed up for instant karma, delivered with surgical cruelty by a man the boxing world would soon learn to fear as the monster. Naoya Inoue's reputation today is carved in knockouts, broken confidence, and careers forever altered. But that reputation was built on moments of disrespect that flipped a switch inside him. Moments when opponents crossed an invisible line, when arrogance spilled over into insult, not just toward him, but toward his family, his heritage, and the discipline he represented. Inoue never barked back. He never needed to. The ring was his courtroom, and the verdict was always delivered with his fists. One of the earliest and most shocking examples came when he faced Jamie McDonnell, a seasoned British champion who carried himself like an immovable force. McDonnell wasn't just undefeated by knockout. He had never even been close to being stopped. A WBA champion with a long frame, years of experience, and the kind of confidence that grows when you've survived everything the division can throw at you. That confidence soon turned into something uglier. McDonnell spoke boldly, dismissively, openly claiming he would smash Inoue. To him, the Japanese challenger was just another opponent, another name, another night's work. What McDonnell failed to understand was that Inoue doesn't fight tongues. He fights intent. And when the referee signaled the start, Inoue didn't waste a second. He rushed forward with such speed and purpose that it almost looked surreal, as if he were late for something and needed the fight over quickly. The playful feeling vanished instantly. What replaced it was violence in its purest, most efficient form. A devastating combination crashed through McDonnell's defenses, and just like that, the unthinkable happened. Jamie McDonnell hit the canvas, stopped cold, suffering the first knockout loss of his entire career. The shock wasn't just in the result. It was in how easy Inoue made it look. There was no prolonged breakdown, no slow erosion. It was immediate, merciless, and final. With that single performance, Inoue didn't just win a fight. He collected the WBA title and announced to the world that disrespect would not be debated. It would be punished. As his name grew louder, so did the challenges, and so did the egos. The World Boxing Super Series was where reputations went to be tested, where only the most dangerous fighters earned a place. Even standing among the participants meant you were elite. In the semifinals, Inoue faced an undefeated Puerto Rican technician, Emmanuel Rodriguez, a man praised for his boxing IQ and a perfect record that included brutal knockouts of his own. On paper, this was a high-level chess match. In reality, it became something far more personal. Before the fight, an incident in the gym changed everything. Rodriguez's coach, in an act of shocking disrespect, shoved Inoue's father right in front of him. In Japanese culture, that wasn't just rude. It was an unforgivable insult. In that moment, the competitive fire inside Inoue transformed into something darker, something colder. This fight was no longer about belts or brackets. It was about honor. When the bell rang, Rodriguez tried to assert himself with pressure, calling for knockdowns, attempting to impose his will. But he was fighting a man fueled by something far stronger than ambition. Inoue's punches carried anger, purpose, and restraint all at once. When the first knockdown came, Rodriguez collapsed like a tower with its foundation ripped away. The undefeated record shattered in an instant. Somehow he rose, clinging to survival, but Inoue showed no hesitation. Like a samurai honoring the code of finality, he closed the distance and ended the fight decisively. The result was devastating. Rodriguez suffered the first loss of his career and in no way claimed the IBF title. But the deeper message was unmistakable. You do not touch his family. You do not cross that line. And if you do, the punishment will be absolute. Earlier in his rise, before the world fully understood what he was becoming, Inoue faced Antonio Nieves, a skilled boxer with a respectable record and a reputation for craftiness. At that time, skeptics still whispered questions. Had Inoue really been tested? Were his fights too comfortable, too protected, too Japanese? Nieves represented the kind of challenge critics demanded. A man who believed the hype would crumble once Inoue faced someone willing to stand in front of him. Inoue didn't just accept the challenge. He laughed at it. From the opening moments, the ring became a hunting ground. Inoue stalked Nieves like a predator, cutting off angles, ripping shots to the body, snapping heads back with frightening precision. Trash talk that once flowed freely began to disappear as Nieves tasted the reality of Inoue's power. Knockdowns followed. Pain accumulated. By the sixth round, domination was complete. Nieves' corner, recognizing what their fighter could no longer endure, threw in the towel, saving him from further damage. That night, another voice of doubt was silenced. Inoue wasn't just hype. He was inevitability. But perhaps the most telling stories came even earlier, when Inoue was still unknown, still dismissed as a rookie. Against Warlito Penis, a more experienced opponent who treated the young fighter like a joke, mockery flowed freely. Penis taunted him, laughed at him, danced in front of him, believing arrogance could compensate for caution. Inoue absorbed it quietly, studying, calculating. When the moment came, the tone changed instantly. Inoue unleashed a merciless assault, punches landing with mechanical precision, each one stripping away the smile, the swagger, the disrespect. Even then, Penis continued his antics, unable or unwilling to accept the danger he was in. That was his final mistake. Inoue diagnosed the arrogance like a disease and delivered the cure with one devastating shot. The mockery stopped. The lesson was learned the hard way. Another early opponent, Kohei Kono, known for his iron chin and showboating confidence, followed a similar path. He absorbed shots, shrugged them off, questioned Inoue's power with his body language alone. For a while, it seemed as though his durability might carry him through. But iron melts under enough heat. Inoue systematically broke him down, attacking high and low, mixing speed with violence, until even that legendary chin could no longer protect consciousness itself. When the knockout came, the crowd didn't erupt in surprise. They erupted in awe. What makes these moments resonate isn't just the knockouts. It's the pattern. Time after time, fighters disrespected Naoya Inoue, underestimated him, or crossed personal boundaries. And time after time, the response was the same. No theatrics, no cheap talk, just devastating, undeniable consequences. Inoue's greatness lies not only in his power, but in his restraint. He doesn't seek chaos, but when chaos is forced upon him, he becomes its master. Each opponent who learned that lesson did so in front of millions, their arrogance exposed, their confidence dismantled, their names forever attached to highlight reels that will outlive them. This is why the nickname The Monster fits so perfectly. Not because he roars, but because he doesn't. Not because he intimidates with words, but because he erases doubt with action. In a sport often fueled by ego and noise, Naoya Inoue stand apart, a reminder that true danger doesn't announce itself. It waits, it watches, and when the moment comes, it strikes without mercy. Now, I want to hear from you. Which moment of instant karma stood out the most to you? The night McDonald fell for the first time, the brutal revenge against Rodriguez, or the early knockouts that built the legend from the ground up? Do you think any fighter truly learned from disrespecting Naoya Inoue? Or is arrogance always destined to meet its punishment? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And if you enjoyed this storytelling breakdown, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss our next deep dive into the most ruthless moments in boxing history.